Thanks a lot. Of course, we believe that we've got a lot of tasks and challenges going forward, but indeed we will do our best to ensure that the African National Congress works effectively and regain its strength in all regions.
How do you feel about this win?
Well, it is not a win of an individual. We always say whenever we are in the elections in the ANC, we get into elections in the ANC because of the democratic character of the African National Congress. And what wins is the ANC. After the elections, all of us must unite behind the elected leadership. But the elected leadership must also create space for those who are not elected to participate in the organizations and in all programs and ensure that the organization is stabilized. So we will be servicing all structures of the ANC, including those who would have not supported us, but we will try to do our best that even themselves, they feel more comfortable in the ANC.
Now, it was a very tight win for yourself. Are you up to the task to bring that unity that we all hear about?
Yes. We are very confident that we will be able to build unity. It is not about an individual in the ANC. The ANC does not depend on an individual person, but it is about a collective leadership. Right now, there is a collective PEC elected in the conference, and that elected PEC will be meeting soon to chart the way forward in as far as uniting the ANC and also being able to ensure that we continue with the work from where the last PEC stopped.
Now, we talk about this unity, but it seems there's two centers of power in your province. How do you aim to deal with that?
Well, we don't know whether there are two centers of power, but we know that the ANC is the only center of power. It is the ANC that develops policies. It is the ANC that develops the programs. The government is expected then to implement those programs and policies, and the ANC should then be able to monitor the implementation by the government.
Mm-hmm. Your biggest task really is to bring about change and to prepare for the elections next year. Do you think that you have the team, the collective team, to make this happen?
The collective PEC, most of them have been in the PEC, in the previous PEC, and a number of them have been in regions and they have been working. And therefore, we've got a collective that is equal to the task. But we must say that there is a growing support of the people to the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. And we'll be consolidating on that and try to move with speed to regain the municipalities that are not in the ANC as yet. There are few municipalities that are under the leadership of opposition parties, and we will want to take those municipalities to the ANC.
Will you be working closely with the former chairman?
Yes, we will be working closely with the former chairman. We have been working together with Comrade Senzo in various capacities. When I was in the Youth League, he was in the ANC. We worked together when I was the deputy secretary and he was the secretary. And we've been working while he was the chair, I was the secretary, and we'll continue working together going forward.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the entire problems in the eThekwini region. Is there such a thing, or is it just rumors out there?
Well, eThekwini in particular is a victim of its own strength, because what causes the delay in the convening of the conference is that a number of branches in eThekwini has huge membership. It is very rare to get a branch with less than 300 members in eThekwini. Many branches start from 400, 700. There is a branch with a membership of more than 1,500. And to convene a branch general meeting, which should elect delegates to a conference, you need people who are at least 50 plus 1 to be there at the same time when you start the meeting. And that has been the problem. And we will be trying to consolidate and ensure activism of the membership of the ANC, get all branches going to finalizing their BGMs and convening the conference.
Now, looking at your plan moving forward, do you think there's still a lot of work to be done, and how are you going to get this all in place before the elections next year?
Well, we are ready for elections. Elections will take place April next year. Already we had started with the campaign. The election structures are in place in all regions. Whether you talk of the regional elections team or you talk of the list committees, we should start the selection of candidates. And we're sure that by December we would have completed the election of candidates. And by now we're going to start working on the ground, door-to-door, visible campaigns of the ANC and other activities. There is nothing that creates doubt about winning the coming local government elections.
Now, Chairman, we try to break down all the challenges from our perspective, from a media perspective, in terms of eThekwini, the unity that you face within the organization, as well as the two centers of power that we talked about earlier. But what do you see as your challenges as the new chairman?
Well, the main challenge facing the ANC, it's what the ANC have characterized in the last conference, the national conference. The first is to build a cadre of the ANC. The ANC should reclaim and restore cadreship. That cadreship should have following attributes. One, it should be a cadreship which is political matured, and that requires political education. But secondly, that cadreship should embrace ideological orientation and be able to advance the policies and the ideologies of the ANC. Thirdly, that cadreship should embrace academic development. We should ensure that as members of the ANC, we develop ourselves academically and also have knowledge. So that is the first thing we will be focusing on and general revitalization of the organization at a ground level, in particular in the branches. Now, the second is to ensure that we spearhead service delivery. You will know in KwaZulu-Natal, we only took the province in 2004, unlike South Africa, where all provinces got liberated in 1994. But we want to appreciate the work that has been done by previous leaders of the ANC, Sibundebele, the chairperson of the ANC. But before him, there was President Zuma, who worked hard to normalize KwaZulu-Natal, bring stability, and he brought peace, working with other leaders of the ANC as well as leaders of the IFP. And Comrade Sibundebele took that leadership also to a higher level in terms of service delivery. There were 4 MECs. They started being 4 MECs in a cabinet of 10. Only 4 were from the ANC, but they work in a very excellent way, and they took our province to a higher level. Comrade Zweli Mkhize worked as the chair and the premier, and he excelled, he did very well. Comrade Senzo Mchunu have taken that leadership also to a high level, and I believe working with him, we should also take the organization and the government forward. And the key task in as far as government is concerned is to provide basic services to all people of KwaZulu-Natal. We should have a time frame that by this particular time, we should have provided water to all people of KwaZulu-Natal, electricity and sanitation. And thereafter, we should also be dealing with issues of corruption in the state and ensure good governance. Coupled with that is to build the civil service, the civil servant, who have a capacity to run the programs of government in a way that is dedicated and efficient.
Chairman, all the best of luck. You got a mountain to climb there, but all the best of luck to you and the team.
Thanks a lot, and we want to appreciate the opportunity to engage on these issues. Thank you.
That was the newly elected KwaZulu-Natal African National Congress chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal, Sihle Zikalala.